was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. So I can knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. And this is what we pray for.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for round number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts 410 Winged Sprint Car Series Pro Qualifiers here tonight at the virtual Weedsport Park. Good evening, race fans. If you don't know who I am, Well, that's not important. But I'll tell you who I am anyway. I'm Brett Wheeler. Practice is wrapped up. 25 drivers for top split. 6,900 strength to field. Who will take out round number 1. Qualifying getting set on the program. And as you take a look at some of the drivers that you'll be seeing here tonight, let's take a good close look at some of these drivers and see how they will go here in qualifying. Richie Preston, one of the first cars on the racetrack, and the Jessop's Logistics over the wall. Catch Fence Apparel, BS Air, car number 25. Vinny Sansone, Paul Bryan, Jerry Gatch, Jacob Fields, Matt Selby, Nick Cooper, Jordan Casey, Clayton Davies, Clayton Tilley, Aiden Forster. Preston goes second quick with a 12.410. Knox Lumley going to make his way around the Weedsport Speedway Park. Jerry Gatz 12.380, the man that sets quick time at the moment. Knox Lumley waiting for a time for him to come through. Nick Cooper now goes quick time with a 12.217. A 12.217 for Nick Cooper. Jumps to position number 1. Knox Lumley goes fifth quick with a 12.499. Paul Bryan, in fact that's Matt Selby with a 12.369. There is Nick Cooper, the man that sets quick time. Matt Selby. There is Jerry Gatz also waiting for the likes of Joey Lindgren in that House of Speed. Car number 16 to make his way on the racetrack. Tim Smith, another one of the drivers you'll see in the Elite Performance Industries. 129, I think that is. Yes, it is. A 129 Racing 86. JD Brown goes quick time. Joey Lindgren, here comes the man that took out last night's Kentucky Dirt iRacing League 410 Wing Sprint Cars here at this very racetrack. Preparation for tonight. Clayton Tilley. In the Momentum Sim Sports SpeedShop51.com entry. JD Brown, the man to beat with a 12.097. 12.097. Clayton Tilley, lap number 1. 6 quick. With a 12.248, a 12.248. Can he go better on lap number 2? We'll see where he ends up. He will go to position number 5. Clayton Davies in car 50. Driving the Hobbs, trenching and boring, number 50 machine. The Team ABR set up shop. A little down the order for Clayton Davies at 12.746, 12.746. He'll get one more lap in to try and requalify the CarQuest Auto Parts. And Clayton Davies, quick time, 12.059. Dylan Hauser, 13th quick. But the man that goes to position number 1, one of the drivers from Australia, Clayton Davies. Qualifying results on your screen. Clayton Davies with a 12.059. JD Brown, Tim Smith, Nick Cooper, Joey Lindgren, John Helms, Clayton Tilley, Cruz Cordell, Tanner Petit, Matt Selby, your top 10. 2 heats on the program, so split into 13 and 12. Let's take a look. Heat race number 1 and how they line up. And it's going to be Clayton Davies on pole to the outside of the front row, Timothy Smith. Row number 2 to the inside, Joey Lindgren. To the outside, Clayton Tilley out of position number 4. Tanner Petit rolls off out of position number 5, and Jerry Gatz will start from position number 6. Dylan Hauser will start from position number 7. Out of position number 8, it's Vinny Sansone. Position number 9, Jacob Harvitz will start alongside Desmond Busby in the D1RT Racing. From position number 10, we go back to our final 3 positions. Position number 11, it's Paul Bryan. To the outside, Jordan Casey from position number 12. And Jason Salter lines up out of position number 13. It's time for week number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series for the 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Week number 1 of 6, 1 drop week. I think it's a 6-week series. I should have checked that information. I had all morning to do my research, but just getting a new overlay done for this particular one. As you see, iRacing and the CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series, powered by iRacing. The logo is up on the top right of your screen. We certainly hope You are going to enjoy the coverage here, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and of course also on the iRacing.com/live page. So big shout out to iRacing, of course. Shout out to, of course, CarQuest Auto Parts for their support with the Sprintcar Pro Qualifiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 6 drivers in this heat that have held the Sprintcar Pro license. Clayton Davies, Tim Smith, Clayton Tilley, Vinnie Sansone, Dylan Hauser, and Paul Bryan. All drivers that have held World Championship licenses in sprint cars. Of course, that's not to take away, Jacob Harberts. He's done it in the late models as we go green in heat race number 1. Who will start on pole tonight's 30-lap main event? That's going to be Clayton Davies leading the way down the back straight away. Smith and Lindgren work nose to tail. Tilley got around the outside of Dylan Hauser. Here comes Tilley trying to come after Joey Lindgren for position number 3. Tilley looks to try and duck it down to the inside out of turn number 4. Clayton Davies continuing to lead the way. Tilley goes low into 1. Lindgren rails the cushion, but it's going to be Clayton Tilley getting the drive out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Tim Smith slowly but surely closing in on your race leader. Clayton Davies, 3 car lengths between the pairs. They work down the back straightaway here at the Weedsport Speedway Park. Crossfire sticks are out, 4 down, 4 to run. Clayton Davies looking to continue the perfect night so far in week number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifiers. Lindgren, meanwhile, coming after Clayton Tilley as we work through turn number 3 and 4. Lindgren, will he go to the outside? Yes, he will. Now here comes Tim Smith now trying to work it on the top side. The pair of Claytons, Davies and Tilley, they were working low through 1 and 2. Cut back line for Tim Smith. 2 laps left to run for Clayton Davies. In the Hobbs, trenching and boring. Western, or the WSM, CD Cinematography, car number 50 for ABR Setup Shop. White flag is out. One more time. Meanwhile, Lindgren has gotten by Clayton Tilley for position number 3. Here comes Smith to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. Davies and Smith. Give it to Clayton Davies. Going to hold on for victory in heat race number 1. Second will go to Tim Smith. Joey Lindgren third. Fourth will be Clayton Tilley. Tampa Teat rounds out your top 5. And what a way to open up heat race number 1. We'll take a look at your official results coming up on your screen. We'll see Clayton Davies get the win by 0.034 of a second over Tim Smith in second. Joey Lindgren, Clayton Tilley, Tanner Petit, Jerry Gatz, Vinnie Sansone, top 7. Paul Bryan, Jacob Harberts, Desmond Busby. Then you go back to Jason Salter, Dylan Hauser, and Jordan Casey. Your 13 cars in heat number 1. Heat number 2 will line up like this. JD Brown will start on pole to the outside. Nick Cooper from position number 2. John Helms rolls off out of position number 3. Cruz Cordell will start from position number 4. Position number 5 is going to be Matthew Selby to the outside from position number 6. It's Richie Preston. Aiden Forster lines up at a position number 7. Ethan Taylor will start from position number 8. Knox Lumley will start from position number 9. And Tanner Tomasi will start from position number 10. And we go back to your final row inside row 6 from position number 11. It's Justin Norwood. And to the outside in position number 12, it is Jacob Fields. So we'll go one more time around the Weedsport Speedway. And you would think that Nick Cooper might have some sort of home track advantage, being right around from the New York region. I want to say, again, I haven't spoken to Nick for probably a couple of years, but last I heard he was driving a modified and he was calling this one of his home tracks. But we see how we go. Heat race number 2. The safety car will move stage right on the exit towards turn number 4. Meaning our second and final heat race of the night before we go into one consolation race. Brown and Cooper both experienced enough to make it on the pro circuit for the World Championships for 410 wing sprint cars. We are racing here at Weedsport. Brown got the jump. Cooper a little bit slow there on the start. That allowed John Helms to move back to the inside. He'll take position number 2. Cooper back to third. Then he go back to Forster. Cordell Forster nearly getting a little upset there from Matt Selby. No cautions in the heat races. I'll run them straight up 8 green flag laps. There'll be cautions in the A main only. Cordell in the 55 working upstairs. Aiden Forster works low in car number 20. Cooper's gotten back by John Helms to move into position number 2. Went the big slider line in 1 and 2. Now Helms back to the inside 2 by 2 as they run for positions 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can throw a blanket. Here comes Richie Preston in 6. Going to make it now. What is going to be a 5-car battle. Cordell railed the cushion. Looks like he's getting a little loose there. Might be putting Richie Preston off. Helms and Forster continue to work down to the bottom side. Cordell slider line into 1 and 2 once again. Cooper hit the cushion nicely. Meanwhile, JD Brown, he's just absolutely checked out from the field. He's opened up a nearly 1.4 second advantage over Nick Cooper. Cooper smacks the concrete wall. Oh, look out. He's now got Cordell. He's going to make it 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. Cordell on the outside of Cooper. Cooper stuck in the middle. He's in quicksand at the moment. Gathers a backup. Only loses 3 positions. Gets shuffled back to position number 5. Cordell has moved his way to position 3. Battling with Aiden Forster on the inside. Good battle for 3rd and 4th going on. The white flag is out. 1 to go for your race leader. JD Brown. Hell, he was shot out of the cannon at the start. And he's going to take out heat race number 2 victory and start outside of the front row. Contact between Cordell and Forster, I think it was. Brown will get the win. We'll take a look at your official results here in just a few moments. But JD Brown will put the 14 on the front row. We wait for Heat 2 results to come up before we get into our last chance qualifier. Heat 2 results coming up on your screen. JD Brown gets the win from John Helms. Aiden Forster in 3rd. Cruz Cordell in 4th. Nick Cooper rounds out your top 5. Richie Preston, Justin Norwood make up your top 7. Knox Lumley in 8th. Matt Selby 9th. Ethan Toda, Jacob Fields and Tanner Tomasi will make up your 12 cars. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for your consolation race, which will consist of 10 laps, and our top 4 will go on to the main event. Starting on pole position in the number 42 machine, I believe it is. It's Paul Bryant to the outside of the front row. It's going to be Knox Lumley. Row number 2 to the inside, it's Jacob Harberts. Row 2 to the outside, Matt Selby from position number 4. We go back to row number 3. Desmond Busby lines up at a position number 5, and Ethan Toda will start from position number 6. Position number 7, Jason Salter. Position number 8, it's Jacob Fields. Position number 9, Dylan Hauser. Position number 10, Tanner Tomasi. And position number 11, all at the back by his lonesome. In the final row, it is going to be Jordan Casey. So while these drivers are going around here at Weedsport, Sunday nights at about 8:45, I think it is. 8:45 Eastern, the Kentucky Dirt iRacing League will be following basically the night before the CarQuest Auto Parts World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series qualifying series, the Pro Qualifiers. The Kentucky Dirt iRacing League will be following that schedule every Sunday night around, it's about 8:30, 8:45 Eastern, and you can catch all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are ready for a start. 4 of these drivers, 4 of the 11 make it, 4 of the 10. Jordan Casey unable to make the call, so 4 of these drivers will continue on in their quest to become a pro sprint car driver in the CarQuest Auto Parts World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. We are green. Paul Bryan got the good jump and got a good start. Jacob Harberts immediately moved up into 2nd position. So what I'm seeing right now is a bunch of late model drivers. Well, my bunch of drivers known for the late models. Well, look out, Jason Salter got to the inside of Desmond Busby, and around the outside goes Dylan Hauser. He says, thank you very much. Move Hauser to position number 4, and that's the 4th and final transfer spot. Slime job by Salter on Selby. Meanwhile, challenge for 2nd. It's the battle of the 24s. Jacob Harberts in the lighter blue, number 24, and the darker blue, the black and blue entry. That is Knox Lumley, but don't count out that House of Speed. Car number 2 of Dylan Hauser. He started position number 9 again. He knows what it takes to run in the Pro Championship, the Pro Series. He done it in sprint cars. He's done it in late models. Around the outside goes Hauser by Knox Lumley. And now Knox Lumley right on the bubble. He's got Matt Selby trying to close in. Selby runs the cushion through turns 3 and 4. 5 down, 5 to run. Paul Bryan, he's making it look all so easy right now. Harberts in the 24 goes to the bottom, and Dylan Hauser says thank you very much. Dylan Hauser from position number 9 plus 7. He's up to position number 2. He's got a 1.2 second differential between himself and Paul Bryan, and with now what is going to be 3 laps left to run. Can he run down the 42 of Bryan? There's a very good chance as we take a look at some of the last lap times on the left of your screen, just behind or next to the drivers' names. He is 0.3 quicker than Paul Bryan on the previous lap. What is it this time? It's 2 and nearly 0.3 of a second again. And now Paul Bryan, he's got some company right now because Dylan Hauser is starting to climb up all over him like a rash. 1 lap left to run. Will Hauser make the move for the race lead? You know he's not going to die wondering. Hauser cuts back to the inside. Bryan, he tried to shut the door, but Dylan Hauser in turn number 3 takes over the race lead. Dylan Hauser at the line is going to win your V-Lane from position number 9. What a drive by the House of Speed number 2 machine. Hauser continues on along with Paul Bryan, Jacob Harberts and Knox Lumley will unofficially be your top 4. No warm-up session, so straight into tonight's feature event. But there is your results. Hauser, Bryan, Harberts and Lumley go through. Selby, Salter, Tomasi, Busby, Fields, Toda and Casey, unfortunately, will take no further part in this one. And it's now time to go through and take a look at your 18 starters from back to front. Position number 18, it's Knox Lumley. Position number 17, Jacob Harberts. Position number 16, Paul Bryan. Position number 15, Dylan Hauser. Position number 14, drivers that automatically locked in from the heat races. It's Justin Norwood. On his inside, Vinny Sansone. Position number 13. Position number 12, it's Richie Preston. Position number 11, Jerry Gatz. Position number 10, Nick Cooper. Position number 9, it's Tanner Petit. Position number 8, it's Cruz Cordell. Position number 7, Clayton Tilley. Position number 6, Aiden Forster. Position number 5, Joey Lindgren. John Helms will start position number 4. Timothy Smith lines up at a position number 3. And your front row for tonight's 30-lap main event, outside front row, it's JD Brown from position number 2. And your pole sitter, looking for the perfect night. Quick time in qualifying. He led all 8 laps of heat race number 1. It is Clayton Davies starting on pole of tonight's 30-lap journey around Weedsport. Who will take out round 1? Who will be your points leader after the opening week of the CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series? Again, this is Top Split. You can catch all Top Split action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for all weeks, every week, until we get our drivers that will take part in the CarQuest Auto Parts World Championship Sprint Car Series. Of course, that'll be live on Dirt Vision and iRacing. Ready for a start. 30 laps to distance here at Weedsport. It's time to go racing. Clayton Davies, he says, let's go green here at Weedsport. Smith up to position number, well, he started 3rd, in fact. He's working the bottom side of the racetrack, works slow. Helms tries to work it through the middle of the speedway down into turn number 1 and 2. Lindgren, Forster and Tilley 3 wide down the back straightaway. Clayton Tilley again, he picked up the win in last start's Kentucky Dirt iRacing league. Now look at the 24. I believe that's Tanner Petit, who forced his way up the inside of Joey Lindgren. Smith trying to fend off a challenge from John Helms as now Smith comes after JD Brown. Tilley also run on the bottom side. Forster runs the outside. Smith cuts back to the top. Helms back to the inside, side by side for your final podium position. Helms has got position number 3 as they enter turn 3, but Smith not going to give up on the top side of the racetrack. But it is Clayton Davies at the moment, who's got a nice little stranglehold in the opening 4 laps of this main event. Smith into the wall, jumped the cushion a little bit, bunked it up, got the car back on all 4s, kept it going. That allows Clayton Tilley in the 51 machine to try and sneak up and try and get another position. Of course, Clayton Tilley was so dominant in the sprint car qualifying series last year. Can he have that sort of run? Oh, gets into the left rear of John Helms. Helms trying to take it easy at the moment, but Tilley knows that he has to get hustling right now. He wants to finish inside the top 20 to get that invitation to the World Championship Series. He knows what it takes to get it done in the qualifying series. Keep an eye on Nick Cooper as well. He's no stranger to World Championship Racing here on the iRacing.com service. Meanwhile, Tilley again. Tilley and Helms continue to work it. Oh no, Tilley in the back of Helms. Here comes Smith coming up to JD Brown. 1.8 seconds for Clayton Davies meanwhile. 9 down, 21 to go. Battle really starting to develop between JD Brown, Tim Smith again. A lot of these drivers you see here have held World Championship licenses. A 6,900 strength to field, I think it was. In fact, let's take a look at the strength to field on this one. 6,800 in this A main. Smith again. There goes the lap car. That's Richie Preston in the 25. Tilley goes low. Preston stops on the racetrack. We go yellow. I think Preston was just trying to get off the racetrack. I believe he's gone back to the pit, so he didn't quite get off the racing surface, which means we have our first yellow, and that, let's just call it, roughly a 2-second lead for Clayton Davies is now going to disappear, because now he's going to have the likes of JD Brown, Tim Smith on the back bumper. Of course, these restarts, they are nose to tail. And if the guy in second place doesn't go, the rest of the field will not benefit at all. So if you're going to be on your A game here tonight, you've got to be ready for the restarts. Clayton Davies, he will certainly be playing mind games with him at the moment. He'll already be thinking about where he wants to start. He'll probably slow it down as they get through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Let the field stack up, let the pace car go, give himself that bit of breathing room again just to keep the guys behind him guessing on when that next restart is going to go. Lights are out around Weedsport. Week number 1 to the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series for the 410 Winged Sprint Cars here at Weedsport Speedway. Again, you can catch all the action for Top Split Racing right here on Ultimate Dirt TV over the next month and a half. Pace car is in. Clayton Davies says, let's roll on by. Lap number 11 is complete. We'll start lap number 12. 19 remaining here at Weedsport. Clayton Davies already opens up over a 1 second advantage over JD Brown. And like I said, the guy in second place, he's really going to be on his A game. Slide a line from Brown. Smith, will he try and turn it back underneath? No, he can't, because John Helms is there to the inside, side by side. Smith and Helms. Helms has got it. Here comes Smith. Rails back to the outside of the racetrack. Is there a question on Will Smith try and make it 3 wide to try and get by JD Brown as Brown shuts it on. John Helms into turn number 1. Here comes Tilley to the inside. Helms makes it. Helms is going to be 3 wide, stuck in the middle right now. Tries to get back down to the bottom side. Cannot do it, and he may have been saved by the caution flag. Let's take a look at your NLRA instant replay. Like, we don't want to have it slowed down. Going to take a look at Knox Lumley. In fact, he was just sort of trying to avoid that one. That was Cruz Cordell, in fact. Let's take a look at Cruz Cordell and Jerry Gatz, I believe it was, the NLRA instant replay. So there's the 55. So Gatz checked up for the wreck in front of him, and Cordell tried to dive it down to the inside. Unfortunately, Cordell not only gets 1, not 2, but 3 cars involved in that one. And again, that brings the field back up to nose to tail restarts. So next Sunday night, the Kentucky Dirt iRacing League Pro Qualifier Prep Race number $230 to win based on 25 cars. And we go to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Williams Grove Speedway. That could be one hell of a show next week. And of course, next Monday night, we'll see round number 2 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series powered by iRacing.com. Go to Williams Grove next week. And again, you'll see all that action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Lights are out. And again, it's going to be Davies to lead the field. Again, looking for the perfect start in the qualifying series. Green flag is out one more time. 14 down, 16 to go in your 30-lap journey. Helms trying to force it up the inside on JD Brown. He will do so. Helms is going to make it wheel to wheel down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Tilley trying to get by Timothy Smith. So good 2x2 action for 2, 3, 4 and 5. Couple of rows of 2x2. Helms into position number 2. Brown slipping back to position number 3, but just gets up on the cushion and puts the 14 on an absolute roll. 3 wide as we come out of turn number 4. Smith, Brown and Tilley are 3 wide behind John Helms. How good is this racing so far? Towards the front of the field, Smith, Tilley, Brown and Helms really putting on a show here at Weedsport. Helms holding on to position number 2, and while this battle is happening, it is allowing Clayton Davies to drive away from the rest of the competition. Helms and Tilley both put the slider line on JD Brown. Brown forced his way back to the inside. Tilley and Helms through the middle of the racetrack. Tilley a little bit into the concrete wall in the front straightaway. Here comes Aiden forcing Alan Carter to 20 to get by. And look at Tanner Petit in the 24. 6 cars about to do battle. Now they get 4 cars as Helms and Tilley drive away from 4, 5, 6 and 7. Smith into the wall on JD Brown again. Brown holds on to position number 4. Petit and Forster. How about Dylan Hauser? +7. Paul Bryant +6. Jacob Harberts +5. In your main event, we've got 10 remaining, so 2/3 of the race distance is complete. And it is still Clayton Davies just under a 1-second lead. Meanwhile, battle on for second. Tilley gets by John Helms, so it's Australia 1 and 2. Can the Aussies, can they hold on for the 1-2 here at Weedsport? Tilley 1.1 second away from Clayton Davies, so it's the pair of Claytons who've come into tonight again trying to regain that World Championship license. Brown still sitting in 4th position. Tell you what, Brown and Smith have really put on a show here tonight in round number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series powered by iRacing. Smith gets the run out of turn number 2 and moves into position number 4. Here goes Brown back through the middle of the racetrack, back to the outside of the line. Give it to Tim Smith, 6 to go. It's the 86 of Smith, slides up to the cushion. Here comes Brown. Now he's going to have a run back down to the inside, and we are yellow. Oh boy. See if we can find out what happened here on your NLRA instant replay. I believe this is going to be Vinny Sansone, the driver that had the issue in car number 80. Oh, jumped the cushion upside down in a big way, and of course, landing up on his side on the racetrack, which of course triggers both of the iRacing flagmen to say, you know what, we are going to go yellow. It is not safe to do so, to continue racing, and this is where the nerves come into play. Who will hold their nerve? What has Clayton Tilley got for Clayton Davies? The question will certainly be asked by Tilley. Looks like we've got a lap car. Jerry Gatz just in the middle of our 2 cars, and that is going to be crucial because the lap car will have to restart there. Now, of course, here on the iRacing service, you're not allowed to pass on the inside until you get past the start-finish line. So therefore, of course, Jerry Gatz, well, he's opted to do the right thing and just stay low on the restart. In fact, I believe it looks like he's just going to pull up till on the back of this field. Of course, no doubt, I'm sure the drivers from second on back are thinking, breathing a sigh of relief, thinking, well, I'm glad that happened, because you don't want a lap car to potentially cost you a chance at picking up a win in the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series powered by iRacing. Here we go. 5 laps left to run. Davies and Tilly. Davies gets an enormous start on Tilly. Tilly caught sleeping there. We go into 1/3 of a second. Slider line by both Davies, Tilly, and John Helms. Smith, once again, is going to work back to the cushion. Your top 3 all run the bottom side of the racetrack. Tilly closing in on Clayton Davies now. Just 4 laps left to run. Can Davies hold on? This is positions number 1 and 2. Tilly ever so close, and now time is ticking. Time is running out for Clayton Tilly. Clayton Davies goes to the top side. Tilly works to the bottom side of the racetrack. Can he get underneath him? He'll try and stick the front wheel on the inside. Davies trying to shut the door. Who's going to have it at the line? Oh, we are yellow just as Clayton Tilly took the race lead. And talk about having a bit of luck. Clayton Davies, I believe, should go back to the number 1 position. And he is going to be filthy if that is not the case. We'll wait and see where the 50 goes. He is going to go past the 51. And no doubt, I'm sure he's breathing an absolute sigh of relief. And on the other hand, I guarantee Tilly, he is going to be filthy. Oh my, sets us up for a green-white checker here at Weedsport. And it took 2-3 laps for Clayton Tilly to catch back up to Clayton Davies on the restart. So time is really against the 51, and it all starts with the important restart. Lights are still on. We'll go around another time. The pace car will stay on the circuit. Who is going to take out round number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series, powered by iRacing.com here at Weedsport. Again, a 6,800 strength to field in tonight's main event. And if you're wondering what the numbers are on the sides next to their name on the left-hand side, well, that is their current, it should be their current iRating. Because if we, tell you what, we're going to have a look at that in a second. Here we go, green-white checker is upon us, and Clayton Davies once again with a fantastic restart on the exit of turn number 4. He knows he's only got a second and a half to go to get the job done. Tilly is going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink at him, but it may not matter because the one flag is out. 1 lap left to run for Clayton Davies. He'll stick to the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. Works down the back straight away for the final time into turn number 3 and 4. Your CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series main event winner is Clayton Davies. Second will go to Clayton Tilly. Third on the line is going to be John Helms. 4th will be Tim Smith. JD Brown will round out your top 5. As we wait for confirmation of your official results. And here they come now. As quick as you like, Clayton Davies will be your winner, and he will be the number 1 driver seated after the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Qualifying Series. Here at Weedsport, no matter what happens in the other results, this is the most you can get, most points. He will be your leader going into next week at Williams Grove. Clayton Tilly home in 2nd, John Helms 3rd, Timothy Smith 4th. JD Brown rounds out your top 5. Dylan Hauser from the back, what was back of the B main, he advanced both 9 positions. Or was it 8 positions? He's passed about 15, 17 cars between the B main and the A main. He comes home 6. He is +9 in tonight's main event. 7th will go to Tanner Petit. Paul Bryan +8 from 16th to 8. And good drive by Paul Bryan. Joey Lindgren home in 9th. And Nick Cooper rounds out your top 10. Justin Norwood 11th. Cruz Cordell in 12th. Knox Lumley in 13th. Jacob Harvards 14th. Aiden Forster in 15th. Jerry Gatz a lap down in 16th. Vinny Sansone 3 laps down in 17th. And Richie Preston home in position number 18. We've been nice enough to be joined by the man that takes out round number 1 of the CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series of Clayton Davies. Clayton, mate, congratulations on that win. Boy, I tell you what, you've got to have a lot of luck, but you had a lot of speed, but certainly Lady Luck was on your side towards the back end of that race.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tilly definitely had my number in those last couple of laps. I don't know what he's found in the setup, but it definitely works for him. But I think we just had the outright pace enough to keep us up at the front, especially in earlier on in the night. I definitely need to work on my probably midnight speed and trying to keep myself a little bit straighter. But yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. This is my best ever finish in any SOF race I've ever ran, so I'm absolutely stoked, and I couldn't have done it without Alex and Aiden and everyone at ABR Setup Shop.
Mate, talk us through what it was like on those those final couple of restarts. Obviously, with 5 to go and then 2 to go. What was it like trying to keep your composure and knowing that you had to get a good restart on Tilly?
Let's put it this way: there were some words that I was saying over to myself that I probably wouldn't like to put out to the public. But no, you always know you're in for a race whenever Tilly's up the front end. Like me and Tilly have raced each other for a lot of years now, and there's a lot of respect between us. And I mean, the top 2 Aussies, 1-2 in the top split server for the Qualifier series. Being an Aussie and you've made a pro yourself, like what better feeling to have the boys from down under on top?
Yeah, that's it. Let's talk about the moment that sort of changed the night. You're lap 28, you go into 3 and 4, Tilly sticks her nose in, you sort of get no drive through the middle of the racetrack. Just before you guys get to the line, Tilly's in front by probably half a car. The yellow comes out, you go back to the last recorded lap. What was going through your mind at that stage, knowing that you were going back to the lead with a green-white checker?
That I need to really reevaluate my line, because yeah, I looked up and I was just seeing this yellow flash, and I was like, where's he getting me? And a lot of the guys were saying he's just driving it in harder into 3. You need to get lower. And once I made that decision to go lower, it kind of really didn't give him an option. But he was lightning quick. Like, props to him for figuring out something for this set. But yeah, we were just lucky enough we had track position on him.
Mate, you know what it takes to hold a World Championship license in the sprint car side of things. What would it mean to you to get another invite to the next CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Pro Series?
Mean the world. I feel like the last time I made it was just a learning experience, like taking in the fact that you are among like the top guys. Like it's no one likes to really brag about it, but like you never think when you buy iRacing that you're going to be in Pro Series. Like it's something you always watch and you're like, it'd be sick to become one of them, but it's always a pretty hard thing to achieve, especially when you got the level of talent on here. And if I get the chance, like if we have a successful qualifier run, I'd take full advantage of it and try and keep my license and prove that there's other good Aussies out there other than the Slick Boys and Tim.
No, buddy, look, well done on the win tonight. Certainly gaining a whole lot of momentum towards next week at Williams Grove. Clayton, we know you've got a lot of good sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank all the guys in Discord, Alex, Aiden, all the normal boys, Miller, Blaine, Hobbsy, all the guys at Social Outcasts, Beat the Dark and all that. I'd like to thank sponsor-wise, I'd like to thank Atlantic Oil, Hobbs Trench and Boring, Western Machine Shop, 27 Desired, CD Cinematography, Alex in ABR Setup Shop, and Aiden for an ABR team for helping me provide me with an absolute rocket of a set. You for broadcasting this so I can show off, or we can show off to like all our friends and family that this is like a legitimate thing and a massive experience to be a part of. And yeah, iRacing putting it all on.
All right, good luck next week, and well done on the win tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
There we go. Clayton Davies home in position number 1. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place. Well, he had to do it the hard way from 7th up to position. From 7th up 5 positions to 2nd. Well, I tell you what, Clayton Tilley, man, you've really showed off last night. You fell 1 spot short tonight, but man, I tell you what, you've got some speed in that 51 car.
Mate, we were flying at the end there. That last half of the race, that car was just digging. Just got caught up too long behind Helms and Tim Smith and JD Brown, and made a bit of a meal trying to get past them. It just took too long, and by then ship had kind of sailed. When we got past him there, and we would have had the lead if it wasn't for that yellow with 3 to go. But is what it is. We'll take second. It's good points going into the rest of the series.
Mate, it's all about getting trying to maximise your points over the 6 weeks to get that invitation to the the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Series. Tonight, like you said, it took you a little bit of time to get through. Obviously, you had to start sort of towards the middle of the pack. What do you need to do differently to make sure that you're starting a little bit further up in that field?
I think we we just need to get better at our qualifying. That's all it is. We've got the gear to do it. It's just when it comes to the moment, we always seem to stuff it up, and it's another thing that we did again tonight in top split. So we can work on getting qualifying a bit better. I think if we had been able to start in the first 2 rows there, we would have made our life a lot easier, and we would have had an extra 10, 15 laps to get the lead, and I think we would have comfortably won the thing because we were clearly much quicker, at least in the last 10, 15 laps there. So, if we can work on qualifying and heat racing a bit more, we'll be much better.
Mate, you've run wheel to wheel with Clayton Davies for God knows how many years. How do you try and predict on when he's going to go, especially knowing that, we go back to lap 25, there was a restart with 5 to go. He got out. He got a good jump on you by nearly a second. You reeled him in 3 laps. You got underneath him. Yellow comes out, and all of a sudden you go to a green-white checker. What do you got to do differently to try and make sure that you're with him on those restarts to try and capitalise and take full advantage of it?
There's not a whole lot you can do with him. He's one of those guys where he's just really hard to pick. He's sort of knows his craft there, and I don't know. He's one guy that I can't really pick restarts on, so it costs me an extra few laps every time to reel him back in. But there's not a whole lot we can do about that other than out-qualify him next time and out-heat race him and start in front of him. So we'll work on that.
Williams Grove, next week number 2. You've had plenty of wins at that particular racetrack. What do you take going into what do you take from tonight and sort of go into next week with?
We just got to go in there with the same idea we did this past week and just put a lot of laps down, get a lot of time on the track, and make sure that we're comfortable 100% going in there. It's one of those tracks where we either seem to be really hot or really cold there. So just got to make sure we're on the good side and get another result and more points in the bank, hopefully.
All right, well done in second place. Good luck next week. Of course, we'll catch all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV next week. But Clayton, before we let you go, of course, a lot of good sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you and the 51 team to get around.
Yeah, mate. Obviously, speedshop51.com for all your setups. Big help towards our team, obviously, and CT Designs, RK Cinematography, obviously you for putting on the stream too. It's a great thing. Everything Dirt, Verdict Clothing, and obviously all the boys at Momentum Sim Sport. We did really well tonight as a team. Sort of me second in top split. I believe Avila won second split, and then we had second place with Kenny in third split, and I believe Ross won his split as well. So we've done really well. We should have a good bunch of us up in points. So keep on ticking from here and see how we go.
All right, well done on the second place tonight, and good luck next week at Williams Grove, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
There we go, Clayton Tilley home in second spot, and that will wrap up, of course, our top 2. We don't have John Helms, so we'll continue on and shutting out the rest of the program. So well done to Clayton Davies getting the win here tonight. In fact, let's just put that in here. So for the people that might just be still sticking around or just joining us for the first time, and as you can see, Clayton Davies is your winner here from Weedsport. Again, week number 1. The CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Qualifying Series, powered by iRacing.com, is complete. Top split is done. Clayton Davies, Clayton Tilley, and John Helms are 1, 2, and 3. Of course, we'll have to wait for the other splits to see how they go before the points shake out. But again, next week, week number 2 at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Catch all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And of course, big thank you to iRacing for putting us on the iRacing.com/live page. And make sure if you haven't got a membership, make sure you go to iRacing.com, get a membership, renew your membership, support the people that give us a place to race and a place to broadcast and showcase the world of esports here on the World Wide Web. Until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler, signing off, saying good night. We'll see you back next time.